good to see you. Coming off another international break, did you get some time off yourself or an opportunity just to work on some things?
Both. I think it's important to reflect, to analyze how the season went so far, where we have to improve, where we have to work on. But of course, you need also to switch off, to take some time off, to refresh and to be ready energy-wise for the next phase.
Can we get some checks on fitness, first of all, of some of the players? I know it's a bit of a nervy few weeks when players go away with their countries. So first of all, when Brian Gruder withdrew from the Germany under-21s, Diego Gomez came off for Paraguay. How are they?
Yeah, unfortunately, the players, they don't come back like we sent them to the national team. So a lot of players come back with small issues, but overall we try to manage it the last couple of days. Brian Gruder, he can't play tomorrow, so he won't be available. The other players, including Diego Gomez, we will have to assess today, but there's a high chance that they're an option to start the game and to play the game.
Okay, and Karim Matoma, is he ready to come back? And Joel Veltman as well?
So both are in training, but we still have to assess them as well. So there's still a question mark on both, and therefore we have to wait today how they're doing, and then we can make a decision.
Aside from those that I've mentioned, are there any others who are out tomorrow that?
Yeah, for sure. Czech is still out, so he won't be available. But I think the other players should be fine.
New contract for Jason Steele until 2027. In the statement released yesterday, you say that his influence in the dressing room is so big. He seems all in with Brighton. But what are the qualities he has as an individual that, as a head coach, you find so helpful?
His qualities are that he's a connector, so he's able of bringing people together off the pitch. He has a very good eye for the situation, a good sense for the situation, and he can observe quite well. And that's why it makes him so important for us here in this environment, because first of all, connectors are so important for a good culture. And second of all, he's a good observer, and he's a good role model for the others. So when he sees things, he's very direct. He communicates in a very positive way, and he's a role model in living the standards he wants to see from others. He has very good standards. He has great values inside of him, and that's why he's off the pitch so important. But also, I just said it yesterday, when we look at the cup games, he's like an old wine. The older he gets, the better he gets. So I'm impressed by his development, not only as a player, also as a person, as a character. And we are all delighted. We are all very happy that he extended his contract here.
Yeah, he has big ambitions too, and he spoke about how the goal this season is to get into Europe. Tony Bloom's also been speaking this week, and he told Johnny it's been a steady start to the season, but there needs to be some improvements. So from those opening games, if you pick a few elements to improve on, what are the priorities that you want to see?
We just can't pick the last game against Wolves. So we started well into the game, and then we faced adversity by conceding a goal. When we look back at the goal, how we conceded it, it's just a small individual mistake from us, and it can be solved by a better connection. So doing the small margins right is the first thing, and then how do we react on facing adversity? So we concede a goal, and it's just important to not overreact, to don't get distracted by your style of play. So keep doing the same things you did before, keep staying calm, keep being good in the structure, keep having energy on the pitch. And in some moments we had a lack of the energy, we had a lack of the structure after we concede the goal, and then we always need some time to come back during the game, and that's something where we have to work on. So first of all, doing the small margins right, no matter if it's a set piece, no matter if it's a throw-in, no matter if it's an open play, no matter it's our reactions when we lose the ball. And then when we face adversity, because it's normal, you might concede a goal, you might get a setback during the game, then stick to your principle, keep having good and positive energy on the pitch, and trust your own quality, trust or have the belief in yourself that no matter how long the game is going, we are always capable of scoring goals, and these are some things we have to improve. But overall, like, we are talking about small margins, so that's the main thing. I think when we keep on pushing, we have to deserve it. That's also the truth. So we have to work hard for this to get like these small margins on our side. Then we can get into a flow, and that's the goal.
And someone who's been a big cog for you in the last season is Carlos Baleba. You're asked about him all the time, played a couple of times for Cameroon, and the speculation continues. I mean, it's something this morning about Brian and Buemo trying to convince him to join him at Man United. It's just always a story. How do you, in this next block, see the real Carlos? The Carlos at his very best that maybe we haven't seen yet this season?
I think it's getting into a time now where it's up to him, where he has to take responsibility as well. Like, the noise is over, he can't change it, and he's a player from Brighton, and no matter what the rumors are, he will be a player from Brighton for the whole season so far, or he will be a player until the end of the season. But now he has to take responsibility. Now he has to make a step up and show personality, and that's his next step in his personal development. For sure, like we said in the last weeks, there are like waves in the development, but you can only get out if you take ownership and if you take responsibility. Like, no one will help you in some moments. You can only be your own supporter, your own helper, and in some moments he has the best environment here he can get. He has like great teammates who are there for him and support him. But now it's also up to the player that he steps up, that he like shows personality and takes ownership for his development, and that's also what I demand from him in the future.
Last one for me, on Newcastle, you've got a great record against them last season. They've added Nick Woltemade, who's had a brilliant start. He only really showed his potential as a top-level goal scorer last season, really exploded, didn't he? What were you, when he was coming through, when you were in Germany, what was the talk about him as a player? Was he always been a player that had big potential? Or is he someone a bit more like Harry Kane, for example, who just suddenly everything clicked?
No, so I knew him since a long time, and my assistant, Coach Daniel, worked with him, so I was all really interested in his development, because I think he is something special, like how he plays for his height. So of course he's very, very tall, but he still has like an unbelievable good technical execution in tight spaces, and how he uses his body in very effective ways, just impressive. And these are all things you need to have to survive in the Premier League, and how fast he adapted to the intensity, to the demands of the Premier League. And I can speak from my own experience. It's really tough also for our young players, for our new players coming from a different league, and how fast he did it. It's just impressive, and it shows his quality. So yeah, it will be a big challenge to face him tomorrow, and for sure as a German I'm very pleased for him. And tomorrow he can stop scoring, and then afterwards I wish him again all the best.
Great. Good luck tomorrow.
Hi Fabian, you said tomorrow he can stop scoring. He's nearly 2 metres tall. Have you been doing anything different in training this week to kind of deal with him?
Yeah, I was searching for all 2 meter staff members, but I didn't find one. So we don't have a 2 meter staff member. How tall are you?
Harry Wood.
Harry Wood, yeah, Harry Wood. Our kid, man. So we couldn't really replicated him in training, but for sure there are some patterns from Newcastle that we have to take care, and for sure he's a target player, so every time they play a long ball in their own half, he's their link player, the target player. Every time they attack the box, he's a danger in the opponent's box, so we need to have a good box defending. We need to be really tight on him. We shouldn't give him a 1-against-1 against our defenders. We always have to double him, and therefore it's not only Woltemade. I think Newcastle has an unbelievable offensive quality with Gordon. Now they have Elanga. they have Murphy, Barnes. So it's just incredible what individual quality they have. So yeah, we have to defend well as a team. We have to stick together to our principles, and then I always kind of repeat it. We are also a strong team with good quality, and we are able to beat every team in the league.
In the league this season, you've not been able to name the same starting 11 in consecutive games. Is that a bit of a frustration for you, or is that kind of just working through the talent and dealing with the injuries you've got?
Dealing with it. I think it's the same issue we had last season. So again, you will never hear me complaining about these things. We always try to find solutions. Some injuries at the moment are quite unlucky. I said at the beginning of the press, I think also that the national teams have like responsibility, like how they send the players back, and unfortunately not every country did it in a 100% professional way. So therefore we have to deal with it. We have to find solutions for it, and that's what our job and my job is.
And just in terms of Newcastle so far this season, what have you made to how they've started?
Yeah, a little bit similar to us. So very positive performances. I think also performances where they might deserve more points. When I look back against, I think, Arsenal, where they played at home, where they were looking as a winner for almost the whole duration of the game. But there you see how competitive the Premier League is, how unpredictable, how important are the small margins. So I think it's a similar situation they have like us, pros and cons, things to improve. But the main thing is like we have to focus on us. We have to do our job. We know that Newcastle is a top team, so we have to keep our standards and our limits like really high, and then let's see what happens.
And just finally, away from the game, how is Solly March doing, and when could we maybe expect to see him back at a match day squad?
Maybe end of the year. So he's doing well. He's progressing. I see him running on the pitch. That's always very positive. So I think we have to be very patient with him. It's not his first injury with the knee, but he's doing well. He's progressing well. He seems to be in a good mood. So hopefully the end of the year. But I can't see in the future. So let's see what happens.
Fabian, you talked about how when players go away on international duty, there's always that worry and concern about injury, but how good was it to see those that did play? So Stefanos Tsitsipas, Babis Kostoulas both scored, minutes for a lot of your players, particularly for those two. How important is it for them to get more game time and build up that strength and speed? Yeah,
very, very important for both, for Stefano and for Babis. I wasn't happy against who Stefano scored. So when they faced Germany, like he had a very good pressing scene, and he scored against my country. And then afterwards, I received a message from him, and he said, "Sorry for scoring against your country." So I took that apologies, but overall, yeah, I'm very happy. Like how they performed, how they both like try to improve every day. I think it's very important for them to get game time. You could feel it when they arrive back in the training ground that they're in a positive mood, that they're ready to go again, and they're getting closer and closer to the team. So I said at the beginning of the season, we need to give them time. We don't know how long it takes, but now it's really like they're doing well in training. They're doing well for their countries. They're scoring goals. They look sharp, they look physical, ready, so they're getting closer and closer. They both will be in the squad tomorrow. So yeah, let's see if they can get game time.
Just on the subject, I know you talked a bit about Jason and the attributes that he has. Am I right in thinking that he's part of your leadership team? Could you just tell us a little bit about how that works and how big it is, and why you think it's an important aspect of what you do here?
For me, like, especially for a club like Brighton, you need to create like a high performance culture, and who drives the culture? It's the behaviors from the players, it's the action from the players, and the main players for these things are exactly the players who have like the right values, who have the right standards, who have like great experience, who achieve things, who have like special like character profiles, and Jason is one of them. The group is about 6 to 7 players. It's a regular exchange where we share things, where we're quite honest, where we share what I expect, what I demand from them, where they have some things they demand from me or from our coaching team. So it's a quite honest exchange, and then it's always about, okay, what does the team need? It's always about how does the club get successful, how or what things we have to focus to make the next step, and these are always, like, I think for me, very important meetings where we can exchange our thoughts. And the main thing is why we do this is really to drive the culture back, because in the end, like, Brighton is not the team who will beat others by the individual quality. Brighton will beat others by good togetherness, by like having the right behaviors every day, by sticking together, by having the right characters in their team, and therefore you need the right culture to live this, to do this, and therefore you need the right players that they really can live it, and that's why I created this leadership group.
And just on Newcastle, the guys, you talked to them about their sort of attacking strength, but they picked up 5 clean sheets in their last 7 Premier League games. How difficult is it going to be to pick apart their defence, and how do you go about that maybe differently to how you have done against other teams?
Yeah, they are very, very physical team, very man-orientated, good intensity. They can run a lot in a quite like high tempo, and therefore they can cover a lot of grass, can cover a lot of space in a quite short amount of time. So if you try to break them, you have to be very quick with the execution afterwards. You need to finish the attacks. Otherwise, if you don't finish the attacks, they always have like transition moments, and that are very strong. So overall, like, you need a good structure, you need a good positioning, you need like good technical execution, fast technical execution in like tight spaces, because they are very quick in like transition moments in both directions. And like I said, they can cover like a lot of space in a quite short amount of time. So our technical execution has to be on the highest standard.